Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So XRP has dethroned Bitcoin to take the #1 spot on South Korea's largest exchange. This courtesy of XRP Crypto Wolf here. So check this out. This was a snapshot from yesterday from the Upbit exchange. They are a centralized exchange based in South Korea. And you can see here XRP to the Korean won took the #1 spot here by volume. Now, I thought I would take it upon myself to bring up the exchange. Sure enough, we've got XRP still rivaling Bitcoin. Earlier today when I brought this up, XRP and Bitcoin were just neck and neck, and they were flipping back and forth. Bitcoin being #1 at the time, but as you guys can see, XRP volume here at 315.4 million, whereas Bitcoin's volume's at 314.5 million. So just about a million off. But XRP obviously rivaling Bitcoin here. Let me refresh that. Yeah, we still got XRP. Wow, XRP in the lead now at 315.9, whereas Bitcoin's at 312.8. So a couple million difference. Interesting news there. Koreans certainly do love their XRP. I gotta say, South Korea just showed the world what happens when utility actually wins. XRP wasn't built to play second place. That was posted by X-Finance Bull there. Sound of sarcasm saying Bitcoin was the first meme coin. A store of value isn't volatile to the degree Bitcoin is. Better luck in the next lifetime, everyone who is about to get rug pulled again. Okay, sure. I think Koreans really do understand the market. They really understand the value play here for XRP. And this is why they're trading the best cryptocurrency asset, I think, on planet Earth. That is just my opinion there. Anyway, let's keep moving along because we've got Ripple partner news too. PayQuicker and DLocal, guys, they're partnering to expand their international payout orchestration platform. So PayQuicker, they are an enabler of global payouts orchestration, and Ripple partner DLocal, the cross-border payments platform, are connecting global merchants in emerging markets. They just announced their expansion of PayQuicker's payment solution into various global regions and jurisdictions. This latest collaboration aims to further strengthen PayQuicker's position as a global payout orchestration solution. And by integrating with DLocal's payment platform, PayQuicker's payout orchestration solution expands its reach, enabling businesses to send payouts across markets that support multiple currencies. So leveraging the XRP ledger through RippleNet technology to do just this, the platform consolidates payment systems into a single API, so obviously optimizing route efficiency, and together they will enable businesses to access and unlock the potential of emerging markets. Again, this is exactly why these companies have partnered with Ripple in the first place, why they decided to go ahead with these partnerships years and years ago. A lot of these partnerships are fairly old at this point. When I say old, I mean 6, 7, 8 years. I know DLocal was one of the first companies to decide to partner with Ripple. Down here it says their partnership with DLocal strengthens their global payout orchestration platform, ensuring businesses stay ahead as the world of payments continue to evolve, shift, and accelerate. The partnership with DLocal is critical to expand coverage, strengthen reliability, and driving the so-called next generation of global payments, empowering businesses with a seamless, scalable, and fully compliant payout experience in an increasingly borderless economy. This is what a lot of these cross-border merchants are realizing, the economy. I mean, when you go on Amazon, you can buy anything, and depends on where it's being shipped from. We don't know half the time. It isn't, well, sometimes I guess you know where it's being shipped from, but at points, I'm buying something. Sometimes I don't know where it's being shipped from, and it takes longer than I'm expecting. And then I'm thinking, okay, that was probably coming from Asia. So the payment goes through. Obviously, Amazon has to process the payment and pay the merchant. And so, guys, with this type of technology, this is what's making payments a lot more seamless. Now, think about that on a smaller level. Amazon is a big organization that has the funds and the resources. But when you think of these smaller providers, these smaller merchants, how do they get money across borders seamlessly, quickly, and affordably? Most importantly, they have to be affordable because they just don't have the same resources as some of the bigger companies like Amazon have. So they rely on smaller companies that have partnered with Ripple, like DLocal, and this is why we're seeing these Ripple-enabled companies do so well. So great news there. Wrath of Kahneman also commenting on XRPL smart contracts. He's still learning about them. As he says here, there are some fundamental differences between EVM and the proposed WASM smart contracts on the XRP ledger. Here's what he's noticed, okay, 2 major important differences, and then he brings up this screen grab of just a bit of a flow chart here describing some of those differences. I will link this in the description if you guys want to read in full detail. So EVM processes unstructured instructions at a low level. Execution can jump to almost any point in the code, even inside what looks like other functions. This makes the order of operations harder to control and easier to break. Think old choose your adventure books. That's a great analogy there. WASM executes structured instructions. Code must follow real function boundaries, and every process is validated and checked for correct input and output types. So the VM ensures the program is proper before it runs, preventing unsafe or disorderly operation or execution, so a Porsche owner's workshop manual. So it's safer. As I understand it, this makes the XRPL WASM proposal potentially safer because loops and funny sequencing that would be allowed in the EVM are rejected by WASM validation. Fewer unsafe paths mean fewer ways that bugs can exploit. So faster, okay, because this type of logic are limited in the WASM implementation, and because it doesn't follow arbitrary, and because it doesn't allow arbitrary jumps through unstructured instructions, WASM can run predictable optimized routes very efficiently. It avoids the stack bottleneck that slows down EVM. So feel free to correct me, he says, as I'm no programmer. There are important differences between EVM smart contracts and the XRPL proposal. These differences are just important, and there is much more to them than this quick conversation does acknowledge. So he does post his links here. Again, I will link this in the description of the video. Vet down here commenting, that's why I have such a problem with the folks who generalize smart contracts, and I stand by I stand by it that if it were called smart cheese, people would cheer it. Your post motivated me to post on the VM report that was done maybe later, he says. So, a lot of people here trying to understand the details, I guess, the differences between EVM and the XRPL WASM protocol. If you guys are so inclined to dig into this, you should, respond to this tweet thread. Great stuff when it comes to XRP development and, understanding the technology behind the cryptocurrency that we own, right? XRP, we know it's going to be great. It's also good to know the reasons why. So wanted to thank Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. Also saw this, another piece of Ripple partner news when it comes to Airwallex. Okay, Qantas Business money launches Yield. And this is being enabled by Ripple partner Airwallex. So the members are doing business overseas. They now have access to Yield, an investment tool powered by financial and payments platform Airwallex. Yield joins a suite of Qantas Business Money products, offering members with a savings option for their AUD as well as their USD account balances. Yield enables business owners to generate return on idle AUD and USD balances held in their Qantas Business Money accounts and generate income from exposure to so-called low-risk, high-rated money market instruments offered by JP Morgan Asset Management. Qantas Loyalty CEO Andrew Glantz said that the Yield product will be a viable financial tool for the small and medium-sized businesses in the Qantas Business Rewards program. Glantz added that earning Qantas points on business expenses is one of the ways we help members grow. Adding Yield to the mix will help business owners make their money work harder and unlock even more value when trading overseas. Now, you got to think Yield is going to be is starting to emerge as a viable option for for holding certain cryptocurrencies. We're already hearing about it from companies that want to offer Yield for holding stablecoin. Well, think of it this way: you're holding any kind of asset, and if you're a business, maybe you hold other assets on your balance sheet to help support your business's value. Well, now if you can earn Yield on your XRP, for example, and I'm not saying that is what's happening here, but if you can, it just got me thinking about this other thing. If you can hold Yield on something like your XRP, well, that means your business is just going to be more valuable down the road. And, you think of all these options that are coming down the pike. You think about how businesses are going to eventually evolve, how they can leverage this brand new technology. And, the sky is the limit, really. This is why banks are getting scared. The powers that be want to still maintain control. However, the technology is just getting very good, very fast. And, I feel like, some of these guys are scrambling to maintain their control. Nevertheless, it is good to see. I want to see small businesses thrive. And this is exactly what's happening with some of these types of technologies. I'm going to keep moving along, guys. BlackRock's first board meeting just happened in Abu Dhabi. Now, this coming from Reese Merrick. Reese Merrick is the head of, I forget what his title is, but he works at Ripple, but he's based in Dubai. What he says is, I'm excited for the continued opportunities for Ripple across the region. So he mentioned this in the presence of His Highness Sheikh Khaled bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, I met with Larry Fink, chairman and CEO of BlackRock, where we discussed the latest developments in artificial intelligence and advanced technologies and the opportunities they offer to reshape global investment in economic systems. We also reviewed our ongoing partnership across several joint projects, coinciding with BlackRock's board of directors holding its very first ever meeting in Abu Dhabi, a step that reflects the expanding collaboration and the growing confidence in the Emirates' position as a global hub for innovation and financial leadership. So this again just speaks to this fact that business is moving in different jurisdictions. 20, 30 years ago, we would not see this type of business integration. Globally, a lot of the business was concentrated in the West. But today, guys, it's a different world. We have DLT technology helping to promote businesses across the world. And this is why Ripple has strategically placed offices around the world too. So we're seeing this occur in Abu Dhabi, and Ripple's own Reese Merrick is commenting on this as being a big opportunity. And he's continued to see more opportunities for Ripple grow in the region. So I can't wait to see that as well. We've got a bombshell from Altcoin Daily too. Multi-millionaires and billionaires are buying more Bitcoin. They are essentially doubling their crypto exposure. Listen to this.
Tiger 21 is a private invite-only networking group for ultra-high net worth individuals, and it releases quarterly reports on where its members are holding their assets. According to the third quarter data, members are putting their cash to work, favoring private equity, and they're also increasing their crypto holdings. Here to talk more about the report, Michael Sonnenfeld, Tiger 21 founder and chairman.
First of all, we have a risk-on portfolio across our 1,700 members, 250 billion. One of the things that's going on is crypto has recently doubled over the last year from about 1% to 2%. That may not seem like a lot, but when you're talking about 250 billion, that's $5 billion of crypto. And in every meeting, people are talking about, is this a new security asset? Will this be a safe haven like gold? And so in our meetings across the globe, people are really comparing notes on, it's not so much crypto, it's mostly Bitcoin, but not exclusively. Obviously, we have some of the great crypto traders, and they go into all the other varieties of digital currency, but Bitcoin is the big kahuna. Crypto coming up a little, that's the one that, even though it's only 2%, that's the most talked about asset right now.
It's only 2%, but essentially it went from 1% to 2%, doubling their exposure. Now, don't forget, this is Tiger 21, and these are ultra high net worth individuals. So you got to think of it in those numbers. These guys are betting on crypto big, and they want to win. Of course, it's not just Bitcoin, guys. It is going to be about the utility coins. And SBI CEO, Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao, was just talking about Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary of the United States. They both had discussions about Ripple and how Japan can help boost the U.S. economy via financial services. This one courtesy of Crypto Addy. It is 3.5 minutes long. I am going to post the entire clip in the description of the video, but I'm just going to play you guys the short bit right at the end. Listen to this.
How much SBI transactions where the U.S. market is making, and that is also an important factor as well. So it is not just a manufacturing where Japan should contribute. And I said to the United States the other day, Scott, that it should not be just manufacturing, but it should be the financing service as well. And Scott fully understands because he's from the financing industry, and that they are highly evaluating the stable coin. And among others that I talked about, Ripple Lab, 9% is owned by us. And he said that is huge. So we are the large shareholder, and that is a great factor. And as for the Circle, we are giving the cornerstone investment for technical development. And Treasury, where Ripple is going to establish, so 30 billion group where we've invested.
Scott Bessent was surprised that SBI Holdings holds 9% of Ripple, but it's good. I mean, there's a symbiotic relationship there between the United States and Japan. Yoshitaka Kitao, from the beginning, I think he understood where this company was going, the innovation there, how important this company was going to be for the world of finance. So SBI Holdings got in very, very early, and the United States government, they're realizing it today. Wow, SBI Holdings holds 9% of Ripple. Considering these are allied countries, they're going to work together, hopefully help their economies And by using a new financial system, by integrating this all over the world, this is going to get more demand up for XRP. This is what's going to get token price up, guys. Right now, one XRP back up over $2 per coin. That's a good thing. And if you want to hear more of my opinions on where I think this market is going to go, is it going to dip more? Are we going to see new all-time highs? Follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. It is only $5 a month cheaper than most people spend on nonsense every single day. So follow me. You got to subscribe and stay subscribed, though, to lock into that low price. Patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And hey, maybe some of you guys are interested in tangible merchandise. Well, I got the Working Money Channel merch store for you. Link is in the description of the video. All kinds of cool stuff here. Check it out if that's something you're interested in. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.